Hey guys, it is a winter wonderland out here, and I'm just sitting at the end of the driveway in my 1999 Toyota 4Runner with four-wheel drive. And as you can see, the street is covered with snow. So I thought this would be a perfect time to show you guys how the four-wheel drive system works on this 99 4Runner. Toyota has quite a few variations of the four-wheel drive system in their 4Runner, but this video is just on how mine works on this 99. And I've had this 4Runner for about like 6 or 7 years, and I really haven't had any issues with the four-wheel drive system. It's always pretty much just worked for me. Up here on the driver sunshade, we have the instructions, and it's a little bit confusing. So I thought it would be a good idea to just make this video to show how it operates for people who just got this vehicle and are unsure about the four-wheel drive system. And right now we are in two-wheel drive. This is obviously the automatic gear selector, and then this is the four-wheel drive shift lever. And it's all the way forward on the left position, which is high 2 or high 4. And this 4Runner also has a nifty little indicator section on the instrument panel, and with all of the LEDs off, that means we're in two-wheel drive. So just to start with, I'll throw it in drive and see if we can go anywhere. I'm moving, but it's pretty slow. I'm interested to see if we can get up this hill just in two-wheel drive. As long as we don't slip the tires too much. Oh, we're going. Yeah, it's definitely doable with the right tires. But you definitely run the risk of getting stuck. Let's see if we'll get stuck up here. Ah, there we go. Do a little donut, and we're off again. I'm actually surprised we got up this hill. Okay, here we are back in the driveway for the next step. And as we can see, without even shifting the knob, we can go to 4 high. And to do that, we just push the four-wheel drive button on the side. And if we go up here on the indicator, we can see all of the LEDs are blinking. And right now, it's actually in 4 high locked, and it's attempting to unlock the transfer case. And usually to get it to unlock the transfer case, I'll stick it in reverse, go back just a little bit, and then neutral. I kind of go back and forth between drive, neutral, and reverse, and see it unlock the transfer case, and that is indicated just by the 4 little wheel LEDs that are green, minus the orange one in the middle. And this might be a little bit confusing for most people, but actually this turns this 4Runner into an all-wheel drive vehicle, which is kind of different than a four-wheel drive vehicle, because it allows the transfer case to be basically a center differential like all-wheel drive vehicle. And I'm not going to go too into depth on that, but basically what that means is that you can use this on dry pavement, as well as, like, you know, snow and everything else, because usually with four-wheel drive and you lock the transfer case, the steering will bind up when you're on dry pavement. You can really feel it. We'll try that in just a little bit, but like when you're trying to like make a sharp turn, you'll feel like stuff binding up in the drivetrain, and it's actually really bad for your vehicle to try and drive four-wheel drive on pavement, and it can actually grenade your transfer case, where it basically like blows apart. I've heard of that happening. So that's why this is so nice, because it unlocks that transfer case so you can drive it on dry pavement just like an all-wheel drive vehicle. And that is perfect for snowy days like this, because this road is all kind of snow packed, but as you can see, this road down there is a lot more clear. So let's go ahead and go for a drive. hear my ABS going. But this is perfect for when it's kind of like intermittently clear and snow packed, so you don't end up, you know, binding up your transfer case, making turns. And we'll go down this road that's all snow packed. And you may be thinking, what's the point of locking your transfer case if this basically does the job pretty well? And let's go ahead and stop and then try to get going. Sometimes you can actually hear the transfer case down in there spinning if you get it just right. Oh, I hear it a little bit. And if you're pretty much just driving on all snow, or if you're going off-road, you'll probably want to lock the transfer case and put it in actual four-wheel drive mode. Next, we can go to high 4, and then there's a little L, which means locked. So I like to just put it in neutral and just shift back. And you can see that's blinking again. So it's trying to lock the transfer case. And if we kind of just rock the vehicle back and forth, you can see it's all solid now. In the locked transfer case is indicated by a little orange light. But now it is in full four-wheel drive high mode. But this is perfect if it's all snow and you still want to go, you know, somewhat fast. And you don't hear that transfer case down in there trying to spin if it gets too slippery. But again, if we're on, you know, mostly clear pavement like this and we want to make like sharp turns, you're definitely going to feel the system bind up. Also, when you go to 4 high locked, I believe it's just basically a button in there. It's not actually physically shifting anything. But next on the list, we have neutral. And most people are pretty much never going to use that. It's for like towing and stuff. But you definitely want to put your vehicle in neutral. And we move it to the right and go just one click. And that should be neutral right there. Let's put it in drive, see if we can go anywhere. Yep, not going anywhere. And you definitely want to put your vehicle in neutral when you shift into and out of neutral, or if you're shifting into the next one, which is low 4 locked. So for this one, make sure it's in neutral, and then we're gonna want to push it really quick upwards, because this is an actual physical shift. And you don't really want to go slow because you'll start grinding stuff. You just want to go quick like that. And it basically just shows the same thing up here, everything on. But now we are in the low range. And so basically this takes the gearing way down. And low 4 locked is nice for driving really gnarly off-road stuff, like, you know, slow rock crawling, because our top speed is now going to be like limited to like 40 miles per hour. But the nice thing, say you're like driving, you know, up a mountain, it's a lot easier on the transmission and the torque converter, because you can kind of just crawl up everything super slow. But go ahead and throw it in drive and see what it's like. Go floor it, and we're already in like second gear. Makes a little bit of a kind of whiny noise, but this is about as fast as we can go. Topping out at like 30. Could probably go a little higher, but also the shifts will, you know, be a lot rougher, which is completely normal. But yeah, this is mainly just used for kind of like off-road rock crawling. Okay, now we're back in the driveway. Let's go ahead and shift it back to two-wheel drive. So we'll stick it in neutral. And it doesn't matter if this is pressed or unpressed when you go to the other gears. But if you want to go back to 2-wheel drive, make sure this is unpressed. And then we're going to shift it as quickly as possible out of the low range and then back through to high 2. And that time it shifted right out back into 2-wheel drive. Sometimes it'll blink a while and it will take some time. And the best thing to do is just kind of, you know, stick it in reverse, go back a little bit, let it go in neutral, let go of the brake, just let it, and then put it in drive, go back a few times. I have had it where it just stays blinking like that, and I actually have to drive it a little bit, and it'll finally shift back into 2-wheel drive. Also, you want to avoid spinning the wheels at all when the vehicle is trying to do any shifting. And technically, if you look up here, you can do some shifting when the vehicle's actually moving. But I personally just like to do it when the vehicle's stopped. But anyways, guys, I hope that helped kind of clear things up on how to shift around the 4-wheel drive in this 99 4Runner without going too much into drivetrain theory, like differentials and transfer cases. This 4-wheel drive system does use the engine vacuum and some like solenoid valves to shift everything. So if you're having issues, I would definitely check into that. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you later. Peace out.